Should you only be using my methods and nobody else's? I'm going to answer that question once and for all for you today. Hey, it's Andrew, otherwise known as the guy who wrote the last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read, coming at you with another video, and today I'm going to be answering what I feel is a really important reader question. But before we get there, doing the whole YouTube thing, I just want to invite you to please like this video if you've been enjoying this content, and while you're at it, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, make sure that you've hit the bell notification so that you don't miss any future videos, and just, keep coming back because, as of now, I've got a lot of really fun, really interesting, and hopefully really helpful content on the way for you as well. Speaking of which, speaking of helpful content, speaking of my content, I got a very interesting question very recently from a reader wondering about whether they should only be doing my stuff and nobody else's. I'll actually go ahead and read the exact email that was sent to me so you can see where they're coming from here. And their message reads, "Hey Andrew, loving your content, but I'm always so restless and I like to do a lot of things at once. What are your thoughts on me doing other methods that I've learned from other Law of Attraction experts and alternating them with yours? Sincerely, Mike." So soon after I got Mike's email, I got another one in a similar vein. It's funny how that happens. When it rains, it pours, right? So just to give you one more email here so you can see a slightly different perspective, this one reads, "Hey Andrew, what are your thoughts on mixing in other exercises? Sometimes I enjoy mixing in exercises from Abraham Hicks like Wouldn't It Be Nice If? Or the Book of Positive Aspects, or the focus wheel exercises, which make me feel better if I'm feeling a little anxious about something in particular. Does that still work, or should I do both those exercises and one of yours? Thanks again for your fantastic book." Okay, notice that we've got two different emails, but they're asking the same thing in a different way, which to me, I'm interpreting basically saying, "Hey Andrew, I like your stuff, but do I have to stick with your stuff only? Am I stuck only doing your methods? Am I only going to win at life? Am I only going to be happy? Am I only going to manifest what I want and get what I want if I stick with what you're doing specifically?" And the ultimate answer really here is no. In fact, you'll notice that I chose to include an email that mentions somebody else's exercises. Now, that's not my recommendation to do them. That's just my way of saying, listen, it could be my methods, it could be their methods, it could be anyone's methods. It doesn't really matter to me. What does matter is that you feel good while thinking about what you have or what you want or both. For me, that's always been the strategy. Obviously, it's been my goal that you're only going to need what I have, but it hasn't been my goal that you specifically have to be stuck on that and nothing else. The whole point for me is, okay, let me come up with methods, or let me explain methods, or let me share methods that have a specificity to their steps, but also have an ease of use. Methods that anybody can do at any time in any way for just 5 minutes a day, or more if you want. And that's another important point to make here. Again, I invite people, whether it's my methods or someone else's methods, do what's gonna work for you. Do what feels good, but never, never, never feel obligated like if you're not putting in 20 minutes a day or an hour a day, like you're not doing well for yourself. It is my personal experience and my personal opinion that 5 minutes a day is more than enough. And I offer that to you very strategically because I want you to understand that I get that you're busy. I get that you have a lot going on in your life. I get that there are distractions. I also get that there's ways that the ego might sneak in and it's going to try to talk you out of doing these things. And you want to have ways of saying, no, you know what? It's not that hard. It doesn't take that long. Here's an easy way to do this. So for me, this open invitation of 5 minutes a day is basically a way of saying, listen, no matter what's going on here, you can do this. There's nothing that's stopping you from sticking with this. There's no reason why you can't do this. There's no meeting that you have to get to that you can't do 5 minutes a day. There's no way that you're losing sleep each night by only doing 5 minutes a day. You don't have to skip meals. You don't have to skip social commitments. You don't have to miss out on anything in life by simply taking 5 minutes out a day. And the best part is, it actually works. It actually is enough. Now, that's not saying that you shouldn't do more than 5 minutes a day or that you're not allowed to do more than 5 minutes a day. It's simply saying that is enough if that's all you can do. And personally speaking, because I'm so busy, because I have so much going on, most times, most days, that's all that I do. Now, maybe, I'll sit down certain days and I'll say, you know what, I'm going to do a scripting session, and I just get lost in the moment and I let myself follow that thread, and I look up and it's a half hour later, or it's 20 minutes later, or it's 45 minutes later. But that only happens because I'm not worried about the clock. I'm not worried about it has to be this certain amount of time. And by that same token, 99 times out of 100, 5 minutes is enough for me. Now, let's circle back. Now that I've kind of given that really important disclaimer, because some methods that people teach, they require more time. They're like, listen, you've got to do this for 20 minutes every single day. And I'm saying, listen, if you can do it, if you're looking forward to it, if you see it as a choice rather than a chore, if you see it as something that you get to do rather than something that you have to do, well, then you're in the sweet spot. But for me, I am not a proponent of saying that it has to be that way. I am not a fan of saying you've got to do more than 5 minutes a day, that you've got to do like this long-winded, really complicated thing. And I'm not sure about those methods that I even mentioned from that email. I don't know how long those take. All I'm saying is that whatever methods require of you, make sure that they're not taking you in a place where you don't feel good, where you feel stressed, or you feel like you're being obligated to do this. You feel like you're being forced into doing something that you don't even enjoy, because once you're in that mode, once you're in the mode of doing something but not enjoying it, you may think or hope that you are forcing the universe to give you what you want, but what you're actually doing is you're reaffirming the vibration of lack and frustration and fear and uncertainty and doubt and whatever other negative emotions might be cropping up, which is basically programming the universe, programming your subconscious mind, programming your vibration with the things that you don't want. That's why it's so important to pick a method, whether it's my method or someone else's, that just feels good. And that's why me personally, I am not offended if you choose to mix things up and use someone else's. For me, all I'm here to do is be a person that hopefully is giving you examples and demonstrations of methods that are user-friendly so that you have that as an option. But I don't think you should religiously follow me or anybody else in particular. I think you should do what works for you and what fits for you. And I would ideally say you should do something where you are in a position that you are consistently doing something every single day for only just a few minutes a day, because it builds momentum. It really gets the wheels moving. It really gets things flowing for you. It really invites things. And it's also one of those things where if you're doing it every single day and you're in the mode of it, you're not like looking at it as something like, okay, I'm going to do my 3-week process and then I'm just going to sit around and wait. And then I'm going to wonder and worry about things happening. For me, it's more like, listen, good things are happening. They're happening in their own way and their own time. And you can strategically help them in both, in terms of getting something faster and getting something better, by just being in the flow and by just being willing to say, okay, I'm going to do a few minutes a day of some method that I enjoy. It could be Andrew's, it could be someone else's, it could be a combination, it could be whatever works for me, as long as I feel good while thinking about what I have or what I want or both. Now, I know I'm kind of like beating a dead horse here and I'm really going on and on about this thing, but that's only because this is such an important topic, and I figured it's a really good opportunity when I have people emailing me saying, hey, Andrew, am I screwing up by not doing your stuff? Am I doing the wrong thing by neglecting your methods? To which I say, the only thing you're doing wrong is if you're not doing any methods to your advantage. I would hope mine are enough. I would hope that mine are really good for you. I would hope mine are user-friendly and fun enough that you're actually looking forward to them, because that's a huge part of this. But ultimately, I'm not offended and I don't care, as long as I know that you are helping yourself. As long as I know that you are being consistent in your way that works for you and that you're winning. Because me, I'm going to be fine. And the reason I'm going to be fine is because I'm using my methods for myself. I'm using any methods for myself. I'm doing this on my own for myself every single day. So I'm not worried. I'm not offended. Do what works for you. But most importantly, do what actually feels good that you can actually look forward to. That's really my really long-winded answer to these emails saying, hey, Andrew, is it okay to use someone else's stuff? Do what works for you. That's all I've got to say about that. And by all means, feel free, as you are experimenting with different methods, try my methods out, because I really construct them with a huge purpose in mind that you actually do enjoy this and that it is something that there's a flow to it. That's why, I'm actually going to probably do a longer-winded video on this, but there's a method to my madness in offering all these extra methods. It's just for variety. It's just so that you have extra things to do and enjoy if you want to try them out. Because really, if I'm being candid here, my book, in my humble opinion, is more than enough. All the methods that I have in that book are more than enough. It's just people enjoy variety, so I'm going to keep giving them variety. But my book, or I would hope any book that really connects with you, that's going to be enough, as long as you have methods there that will make you feel good, that will really help you send out that magnetic vibrational frequency of having the things that you want, so that they can manifest in your 3-dimensional physical space. So speaking of catering things that work for you, now I want to hear from you, and I've got a really interesting question. Based on the content that you've been getting from me for the past couple of weeks, what do you enjoy the most and what do you want to see more of? Do you want to see more methods? Do you want to see more interviews? Do you want to see more videos where I'm answering questions like this? Do you want to see a combination? What would you like to see the most in the future? Because again, for me, The whole point of this YouTube channel is a supplement to an already awesome book, giving you more variety, giving you more content, giving you more tools that you can just go to every single day. So I want to ideally give you stuff that's going to work for you that you're really looking forward to the most. So with that in mind, comment below, let me know what you've been enjoying the most and what you would like to see more of. And any comment that you put in that's positive, any comment that's helpful to me or helpful to anyone else, that's going to get you entered into this month's contest, where one lucky winner will walk away with lifetime access to Gravity of the Cosmos, my advanced level, full immersion guided program for manifesting your every desire through the law of attraction. This is a program where I'm going to take you through 90 straight days of manifesting methods in only a few minutes a day, so that you don't have to worry or wonder about what method to do or when to do it, and you can just sit back, relax, and follow along as I guide you through 3 full months of massive vibrational momentum toward manifesting the life that you've always wanted. And if you'd like a free preview of the program, my book, The Last Law of Attraction Book You'll Ever Need to Read, has a link to special bonuses, one of which includes the first few days of Gravity of the Cosmos, free of charge, so you can try it before you buy it. And of course, you can feel free to check out my book by going to lastlawofattractionbook.com, which will auto forward you to the Amazon listing where you can get it in Kindle or paperback or audiobook if you prefer. And the audiobook is also available on Audible and Apple Books. And speaking of my book, I just want to take a quick minute out and thank one of my awesome readers who left recent feedback. So today's feedback, a 5-star rave review left by Mally Ann with the subject heading, "This book is everything," left on May 21st, 2021, and it reads, "You literally won't need to buy another Law of Attraction book again." Wow, Mally Ann, I am so grateful for that feedback, and I know it was short, but it was sweet, and I took one look at that review, and I only had one reaction. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate the feedback. I appreciate you reading the book, and most importantly, I'm sure you're using it, so I really appreciate you using the content. Thank you so much for being a reader. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you. And that's a wrap on another video, guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you hit the bell notification, and again, make sure to comment to let me know what you would like in the future. I want to make sure that I'm serving you the best I can. And stay tuned because I've got a lot more fun videos on the way for you. I'll look forward to seeing you again next time.